back to TUTU'S Rant. Yay! It's so good to see you guys again. Today I had to sit because I've had a long day, so I'd rather sit down than stand. It's so good to see you guys. So how have you been? Um, Before we go further, like, subscribe, share this channel, please. Just like and subscribe and share this channel, and I'm sure we're going to have a good time. Okay, so someone asked me why TUTU'S Rant, and I was like, so I used to be a social media monger for like the longest time. Now adulthood has really gotten to me that I really could care less. so so when I'm online and I see a lot of stuff and I want to talk about, but Twitter has just 140 characters, maybe 240 characters. So you can't really say everything like on your phone and you want to type and like, so I'd rather come here and rant and talk about it. So yes, that is what we're talking about. That's what we're doing on this channel. That's basically the channel. And then just basically talk about myself because ain't I worth it? So mind me, I'm messing around, I'm kidding around. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about cultural appropriation and versus cultural appreciation. Cultural appropriation versus cultural appreciation. Okay, so again, I used to be a social media monger, so I used to see a lot of things in social media. Now, in addition to being a social media monger, and something that will never die is my addiction to Korean pop, Korean drama, Korean culture, as well as other cultures like in the world. Like growing up, I've always been this person like interested in like foreign things that really doesn't really concern English. I was so like my early childhood, I was so involved in Indian movies. I was like, it's Indian movies, Indian man or nothing. And then as I grew older, and let's say as a kindergarten, or as we call it, my school reception, up until uh, early parts of universities, really, I was like, it will be Indian. And then in addition to Indian, when I got to primary school and a little bit of, I think early secondary school, I now got involved with Filipino dramas, then The Promise, Timeless. I know I'm taking you back, all this stuff. So I was actually, like you get the picture, I was like involved in all these things, culture. I loved, like, I want to try the food, I want to try like everything. And when I grew older, I've always loved it. And then when I grew older, it got to Korean, right? And so we are stuck in Korean right now. We've been in Korean for like 10 years now. It's going to be my anniversary for K-drama, well, not K-pop because I got into K-pop like last year, but K-drama 10 years and counted. So we don't go on rambling about it. We want to talk about cultural appreciation and cultural versus cultural appropriation. Now, because of rights and the fact that people have the audacity to speak, they feel like everything is cultural appropriation. And when I mean people, I mean Caucasians and a little bit of Black Americans now. These people, oh God, help me. Okay, keep calm. So Caucasians with zero culture feel like it is their place to tell other people what they should not wear, what and what they should not eat, what and what they should not appear as. You know, I was watching YouTube some time ago, and somebody did like a study, right? Just like this social experiments where they do. So a white guy and a black guy dressed up in as Mexicans, they wore the mariachi hats. They wore two outfits and went to school. They wore the mariachi hat, and then the what's it called? That what this Mexican mariachis like musicians wear, the whole jacket and everything, and put on fake mustache and walked around. And then Caucasians, when I mean Caucasians, these are the people. Anyways, let's talk about this. So Caucasians were really upset and be like, this is cultural appropriation. You're insulting, you're mocking the Mexicans. You don't. They were like, why do you think I have no right to wear this just because I'm black or I'm white? And they were like, because you just don't have the right because you're not Mexican. What the fuck? Do you hear how that sounds? Like seriously, I appreciate Indian sari. Let me say I have an Indian friend that's getting married, so I should go there wearing an Ankara when I could easily wear a sari. Where I could easily wear a sari just because I am not Indian, or I can't wear a gardenia in my hair and the little off shoulder and the skirt because I'm not Mexican, I'm not Latina. Or you dumb ass F. Because I'm trying not to curse, I'm trying not to swear. I mean, it's a good day today and I don't want to swear. But you guys are messing with me. Do you realize how dumb that sounds? And they really got pissed. Like one, and then the one, the indigenous, the Native Americans, feathers and like the bead and cowries, and then, one person actually had the audacity to take off the guy's mariachi hat. And so in this social experiment, they now went to the Mexican people and the Native Americans. I was like, oh, how do you like my outfit? They were like, oh, it's nice. You don't want the mariachi hat this way. Oh, you look nice. Thank you. Thank you for showcasing our culture. We really appreciate it. That's what Mexicans did. But white people, Caucasians, and a little bit of Black Americans. With zero culture, the Black Americans with their spices, and Caucasians that appear to a cultural day event as Batman and miners and Superman. No, this is a true life story. I'm going to digress a little bit. When we went to Washington D.C. to for the Philip Jessup World Moot, right? You know, there are days for, apart from meeting days, there are days like cultural days and everything. Now you need to see us Africans. The Nigerians wore their agbada, iwo, buba. Even Latinas wore the Mexicans wore the mariachi hat. The Scots wore their quilt. The Irishman wore something, you know. Nigerians, Gambians wore, we wore our Ankara, were very colorful, flamboyant. Chef kiss. And Americans and Europeans, not all Europeans, Americans mostly showed up with Batman. I have pictures, Batman suits. I think I'll put pictures here. I think I'll find those pictures. I have pictures. Showed up wearing Batman suits, showed up as minors for a cultural day. You guys with zero culture have the audacity to tell people what and what they should not wear because what? Are you mad? Okay. I said I was gonna calm down, trying to be calm. These people are messing with my brain cells. And then what gets to me right now? Okay, so I told you earlier when we started this video that I've got interested in like Korean, like culture, Korean pop, music, entertainment, everything that has to do with the whole thing. And then one of the idols, to call them idols, the celebrity, wore like tied a durag. And somebody had, and then a Black American, because now Black Americans have decided to be useless too, to be mad till today. How dare he? This, that. He's appropriating culture. Who told you durag is a Black people culture? Or you know that, see. People perish for lack of wisdom. Yam. Ibo for fun no your head. Oh sorry. Ibo for fun care. Because my mother hears me speaking in BB when I'm supposed to speak epic, she'll kill me. Yeah, it's not correct. Shall Willie, you're mad. Like it was a full thing. They're really upset. Like, oh, you shouldn't have. And it was a thing. Like it raised controversy. So now in Korea, I'm going to talk about like more of the Korean cultural system. Like I need people to understand like what we have here in the West, in down Africa, is so totally different because you know the African celebrity culture is like fashioned against the Western ones, but in Korea, so the idol had to apologize, and I was like, but when he apologized, he actually came out to say he's tying a Korean sweat scarf. It wasn't a durag, but it's like a durag. I was like, even if it was a durag, what the hell? Is it something to fight about? Or is it the video I saw of the Black woman telling a white woman at the salon that she has no right to wear braids? Sister, why? I had a full blown argument in the comment. Until today, the girl has not actually responded to me. I'm waiting for her because I'm waiting for that notification to come up. She was like, I was like, as an African, I'm not even African American. I'm African, gong, spiritually, mentally, physically African. I have no problem with other people wearing braids. If a Korean wants to wear braids, wear braids. If you want to wear dreads, wear dreads. It's just hair. Nobody gives two flying chickens. It's hair. She was like, oh, as an African American, I have a problem with people wearing braids. I was like, please, logically, tell me why. Till today, she hasn't responded. You you have a problem with people wearing braids and you're there wearing wigs that is not your hair. My friend, remove it. I give it to the Indians and the Latinas and the Brazil. She are wearing Brazilian wig. You're mad, Abby. Remove it now. And then there was one, like a black American celebrity. I can't remember her stupid ass name, but yeah, I'll call it stupid ass name because she went after J Lo. Jennifer, and I'm not talking because I'm a Jennifer Lopez fan. I've never been a Jennifer Lopez fan, but she went after J Lo, and it was a full thing in on Twitter, like 2021. Yes, I think 2021 or late 2020, where J Lo had like baby curl hair. You know the baby curl hair. I don't know how to explain to you, but I think I have like you lay your edges to like baby curls. And somebody was like, how is she trying to do baby curls? And black people think, shut up! Shut up with your 4C hair, your 4C hair. Who told you 4C hair has baby hair? You have curls, Afro curls, 4C, 4B, 4A hair have Afro curls. You don't have baby hair, you bloody ignorant dimwit. I'm gonna say dipshit, but dimwit. This video is not meant for children to listen to. So, because of curse words and everything. Shut up your mouth. So you guys have failed to understand that there is a difference between cultural appropriation, which means taking up somebody's culture and acting as if it's your own in a way to mock them, insult them, or steal their heritage. While cultural appreciation is that you see that the world is a global village right now with the internet, with traveling, people want to just mix. There's nothing that we are mixing. See me, if I go to India, I'm buying a sari and I'll wear it and you should die. If it pains you that much. When I go to South Korea, I'm buying a hanbok and I will wear the hanbok and you're going to be pained by it because you have nothing else to do with it. If you were Nigerian, I don't think you have time for all this rubbish because Nigeria is already giving us too much headache for us to be wondering about this nonsense. Sitting down there in the system that works and you're like, oh, I'm lazy and bored today, what should I do? Oh, insult everybody that appreciates culture. Meanwhile, Africans, when they see people, if a Nigerian see a Ghanaian wearing a Nigerian outfit, even if when we see even white people, when we see Caucasians, English, Irish wearing it, we are like, applaudi say. Ghanaians see Nigerians wearing it, they'll be like, okay, good. I wear a kente. My friend bought me a kente. My Gambian friend bought me the Senegalese brocade. Made it for me. Wear it. During the African meets, I dressed as a Gambian, as a Nigerian, and we were applauded. Cultural appropriation, my butt. Let's go to culture. That is cultural appreciation, please. If you don't get it, we're not stealing it. Like, I'm just going to give you an example of cultural appropriation. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but it's the truth. Like, my great-grandmother died in 2015, so I was opportune to be with her, so I knew the difference. Now if you're from Nigeria and down south, people don't know, but down south, because everybody just feel like we're the same. Everybody be like, when I say I'm from Cross River State, they'll be like, Akwa Ibom, I'll be like, MSME? Share MSME? Anyways, let's go back. Even in Cross River, we have 18 local governments. So when I say I'm from Cross River, someone will be like, oh, Calabar, I'll be like, okay. So now the EBBO and Efik people from Cross River State, EBBO people from Akwa Ibom State, 2 different states out of the 36 states. Now, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I'm going to say because it really pisses my mother and my grandmother off. Now, because of the mix of culture, like we had certain differences. Even if Akwa Ibom State actually emanated from Cross River State, the Efik people, the BBO people were generally Efik people, but after we separated, we made a clear distinction. Now, let's talk about the traditional attire for weddings, traditional wedding. Now, an Efik bride will wear something we call an onyonyo. I think I'll put a picture here. An onyonyo. It's a dress with big sleeves, and then she wears the comb, the Efik comb. We call it Edisat comb, and all pretty and stuff. It's nice. And then she carries a staff we call esang. That's the traditional Efik woman's attire. I think I'll put a picture here and enlarge it. And then an Ibibio bride, usually tied of Ongiseniba. Yes, 2 wrappers, a lace top, and a very nice gele with beads. That was the traditional Akwa Ibom Ibibio bride attire. But now even Akwa Ibom people are wearing onyonyo. Amen edi esang. Amen edisat Sorry, I'm speaking like now they are using combs. We don't even know. People don't even know the difference between an effort woman and an Ibibia woman. They just say we are one, and it pisses my mother. I don't. For me, I don't see. I personally, I don't have a problem with it. But if you've been around as long as my grandmother has or my mother had, they lived with seeing these distinctions, and then when they come up now, and the Ibibia woman is claiming some effort heritage, wearing. I know the Onyonyo, the Elisa, the Esang is beautiful. Even the Ibibio's outfit is beautiful. But claiming it as yours, as an Ibibio culture, is just that's cultural appropriation. That one is cultural appropriation. There are lots. I could go ahead and say it. Like even the languages are different. But of course, a typical effort person will understand what an Ibibio person is saying because they sound similar, but they're actually different. So they're like different culture, even the food. The way we make our afang needs to be different from the way Ibibio people make their afang. Yes, because the Ibibio people put like well, now everybody's just doing it. Nobody cares. They put the shelled periwinkles. We don't. So many things. So when I mistakenly, because when I was in Ocean State while I was serving, yeah, I was around a lot of Ibibio people, so I automatically spoke Ibibio, not Efek. So sometimes I still make that mistake when I'm talking, and I'll be like, I'll now say something in Ibibio, and my mom will be like, "Better correct yourself." And I'm like, "Sorry, ma." I don't care, but that is a clear example of cultural appropriation. Okay, not appreciation, because they're now claiming the Efo culture as theirs. The Efo culture is actually dying now. The Ekpenyong, all these things are really dying. It's been taken over by Akwa Ibom, Ibibio people, Oron, and the rest. And it's sad, but that's a clear example of cultural appropriation. But when I wear a sari or I wear a hanbok or I wear even if I want to wear a mariachi hat, just because I see it and I was like, oh, it looks nice. I'd like to wear this in honor of the Mexicans, in honor of the Koreans, in honor of the Indians. That's cultural appropriation. Sorry, appreciation. Oh boy, called Makarai English. It's cultural appreciation. So please, please, please learn to tell the difference, because I'm tired of trying to explain. I'm still waiting for that girl to tell me how it's bad for a Korean or an Indian to wear braids. Do you know that even the medieval times, Queen Victorian era, they wore their hair in braids, right? And they attached like very nice ornaments like pearls to it, right? You do know, right? You do know that, right? From like even from the time of the Vikings, they wore their hair in braids and then had added some like ornaments to it. So I don't know how that's a black people thing. Of course, we can't say it's cornrows that we say, okay, cornrows are different, but they even wore cornrows. If you go and see, read, I don't know how to say this. Read, people, read, bloody read, do your research. A Viking woman wore her hair in cornrows. Maybe not all cornrows, but see from the side cornrows pockets have ornaments. The Finnish women, the Scottish women, right from the time of the Grey Lakes, they wore braids. So rest, auntie. Whew, this is a longer video. I didn't want it to be so long, but they were getting on my nerves like a joke. Anyways, so that's the end of my rant today. I had to rant. This is very long, so you have to just listen to everything, and you guys have to learn. And Africans, if you're one of those people that don't know the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation, but get sense. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk and rant. It's good to see you. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share. I will see you later.
Hold on, just let us escape and fly away tonight.